Hey, how's it going this morning, guys? I was just sitting here drinking my coffee and checking out my news feed, and snuck off in to my son's bedroom real quick so I can make this video because I ran across something that perfectly illustrates the video that my VR response to Johnny Bob Drudge and kind of what he was talking about and how we were talking about you know, the wolves in society and being careful about telling people, letting people know certain things about you and what you may have, and you know what your activities may be. But anyway, this story that I just saw, like I said, I think is a perfect illustration of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you some of it. So, Kentucky State Police are looking into the disappearance of an 18-year-old man and are puzzled. He was last seen a week ago getting into a car near his job at McDonald's. Nobody knows anything, his mother said. He lives with his grandmother and left her house after going to the bank to cash his check. She said he had about $400 on him. He is known by many to carry his check on him because he does not like keeping it in the bank. Okay. So anyway, he was last seen buying cigarettes and soda. He was on some store cameras at that gas station, and then walked with two guys towards his job, got in a dark colored vehicle, and hasn't been seen again. So, I mean, I don't really understand why it's puzzling to the police. I mean, it sounds like a pretty cut and dry case, I hate to say, especially with the way drugs are rampant around here. So, I mean, this kid let it be known that when he'd go to the bank and cash his check, and he'd have $400 on him because he didn't trust the banks or like the banks or whatever. So, I mean, that's not really something you want to advertise to people, and you know, him being a young kid, he probably just didn't think about it. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me what happened. More than likely, there were drugs involved. If he wasn't a drug user, he probably knew people that were, and they probably needed their next fix, and they, you know, thought, hey, this kid's an easy target. According to the article, he was very gullible, he was very trusting of people, and you know, they probably convinced him to go with them and then robbed him. Normally that would probably be where it ended, you know, they'd just drop him off, you know, after they robbed him or something like that, but he hasn't come back. So the reason, you know, why hasn't he come back? Well, more than likely it's because whoever did this, whoever robbed him, knew him and knew that he could identify them. And really that'd be the only reason for him, you know, for them to kill him, if that's what happened. And I pray that's not what happened, but based on the facts of the article, more than likely that's what happened. His grandma said he hated to be away from her. He was always checking on her. He requires medication that he didn't take with him. They say that they think that somebody from out of state possibly targeted him, which is very possible. But the whole point about, you know, these other videos, and I'll put links to them, that Johnny Bob started, and the one that I did a VR response to, it was, you know, not showing your full deck, if you will, you know, not letting people know necessarily what you have, or, you know, what you're working with, I guess. You know, things that you mention in innocent conversation, you know, like I'm sure this kid did, probably said, hey, yeah, well, when I go to the bank, I cash my check and I just take it all out because I don't like the banks and I don't trust the banks or something like that, you know. And he to him it was a perfectly innocent thing, as it would be to most people who aren't thinking about it, but obviously someone took notice of that. Um, and ultimately, it probably was not a good situation for him. But, yeah, man, you got to be careful out there. Stuff, and, you know, we've all got that one friend who tells everything he knows. And, you know, you may not just not, you may just have to not tell that guy some things, you know. You may, you know, not because you don't like the person, you don't want to talk to them, but you know they run their mouth all the time. They can't help but tell everything they know to everybody. I think we all know somebody like that, and you kind of have to make a conscious effort to not tell those people certain things, and to not tell things that, you know, could in the end could ultimately do you harm. But yeah, I was just, like I said, drinking my coffee and ran across this article. Thought it was a perfect illustration of that, guys. You gotta be thinking. I mean, not only about situational awareness when you're, you know, when you're out there carrying your gun out in the world and stuff like that, but, you know, mental awareness as well as to what you're telling people, and what information you're putting out there without realizing it. You need to realize it. So, all right, guys, I won't take up any more of your morning. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.